Welcome back, traders, to another episode of xauusd trading strategy, weekly highs and lows. I hope you guys are having a phenomenal day with your trades today. All the stars aligned, everything is going the way it's supposed to be going, right? And I hope you all, especially you guys watching me right now, you was able to tap in and you was able to collect some of these amazing gains that is currently on offer right now. You was able to get your hands on some of it. All right, I really hope that. And however, if you haven't been watching or paying attention, well, I think it's about time you did. And the best way to do that, my friends, is to hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification, and drop us a like. That way, as soon as I release a video, you be about one of the first people to see it, because what we are talking about on this channel, especially in regards to gold, is super time sensitive. So you want to make sure that at least you have an opportunity just to pop over and take a look. That's all that's required. One quick peek. If it makes sense, great. If it doesn't, keep it moving, right? So with all of that covered, we're going to get straight into the nitty-gritty of the day in regards to the trades that I'm in. And I'm currently in a trade, hence why I'm so animated. I took a sell this morning, and I'm going to explain exactly my thinking process, right? So as it stands, I always mentioned, especially doing in the NAS videos that I do, right? Because that's where I started talking about it first, before I started obviously discussing my moves in gold. I always mention that you always want to keep an eye on the day of the week you are in, because the day of the week is just as important as the candles that you're looking at, believe it or not, right? So from Tuesday, I'll start keeping an eye as to where I think the weekly high and the weekly low is going to be set, and I start looking for moves to support that. So yesterday, Tuesday, the weekly high was set, right? I did not know that yesterday, that the weekly high was set yesterday. I did not know that at all, right? However, I did begin to find that out in the early hours of the morning. Why? Because the low of the Tuesday, which is this level right here, I'll call it out for you guys, which is 272501. Right, that level, which is the daily low of the Tuesday, was taken out this morning. Now when it was taken out, I already knew what had taken place before I even jumped on X or any other social media to find out what happened. I already knew Trump had won, right? Just by seeing this parabolic red swing down, I already knew Trump had it in the bag. So at that time, 6 in the morning, I was thinking to jump in a trade, but then I thought, you know what, he's won the election, right? This is going to run on for a little while, so there's no urgency to get in, because when I was looking at it, it was around down here somewhere, down here. So I says, okay, you know what, I'm just going to do what it is that I'm doing, and then I'm going to come back and then take a look in the second hour, and then we see where everything is, and if it's looking good, then I might tap back in on that one, right? So obviously, luckily, price began to push all the way back up again, right? Push all the way back up again. So it got to around this level over here. I wish I got it up here, but I didn't. I wish I got it up here, but I didn't get it up here. I got it around here somewhere, right? So I'm just gonna move this this little label, just move it down here, and we're just gonna say I started selling from around 2722, and then I had my stop sitting up here in this zone where the FVG is, right? Just above it, just above that FVG, and that level in question, it is 2753.04. So that's where my stop was. This was where I entered, and then obviously price is now flying all the way down. Now, a couple things also took place as well that also gave me additional confidence as to why I should stay in that trade. The second, so the first is the Wednesday low was taken out. I mean, the Tuesday low was taken out on the Wednesday, which kind of indicated to myself that possibly the high was set on the Tuesday, right there, right? So we got our first confirmation. The second confirmation came in when the weekly, when last week's low, this level over here, so that is 24.58 was taken out over here, right? So I'm just move that across. Okay, so that was taken out, right? So with that taken out, I was like, okay, I've got 2 levels to say get in the trade, right? And this is all off the first parabolic move to the downside. Then I noticed that this weekly low, which is the previous low, get rid of that, had also been taken out and price was bouncing from it. That's that over here. And that level in question is 2708.96. So with those 2 taken out, right, I was super confident. But when this level over here got taken out, I was already in the trade, right? So I was already locked in. It just gave me that level of confidence to say, hey, this is going to be happening for a little while, so just sit back and enjoy the ride, right? And enjoying the ride I am. Believe it or not, enjoying the ride I am, all right? So with that said and done, now what we also now need to start looking at is how we protect our trade, because it's not just collecting the pips and the points. We also want to make sure we secure our position. Now as it stands right now, I do not have a trailing stop in place, neither do I have a TP. I want to ride this down as low as I can get it, but I'm visually keeping an eye on things just to make sure that things go my way. So at the end of tonight, I'll be bringing in a trailing stop to secure my trades. But as it is right now, I don't have anything in place right now. It's just my stop loss, which is still sitting where it is, and the trade is just running in the direction that it's running in. So the first thing that I would want to do, right, is I would want to find all the FVGs I can get my hands on. So the first one is this one over here, which is a bearish FVG that was set for us from between the hours of 10 a.m. and 12 a.m. or sorry, 12 p.m. right? So that's when this whole situation was created, right? And then the second FVG that we now have, that it looks like price has visited, was set for us between the hours of 12 p.m. and 2 p.m. right, GMT. So the zones for FVG number 1, which is the top one, is 2718.88, and the low side of that FVG is 270780. Now FVG number 2, the high side of that FVG is 2693.76, and the low side of that FVG is 2670.49. Okay, so how I'm treating these FVG zones are areas of where I would want to bring in my trailing stop. Okay, so trailing stop number 1, okay, if I'm super confident but I don't want to lose, right? So you're super confident but you do not want to lose your trade, I'll bring my trailing stop up here. So my trading stop level, if I'm super confident but I just don't want to lose the trade in case it moves against me, it would be 2720.17, this level right here. Okay, if I'm not that confident about my trade, but however I don't want to bring in a trading stop in the area where I know there's a high probability it's going to get hit, I will pull it right here, and that level is 2694.87. So that's how I do it as it stands right now, because I'm not going to sit here and tell you something that ain't true, right? Is I do not have a trailing stop in place at all, because I want to see how this plays out. I want to see how low it goes, and I want to see when it's most likely going to give me an indication that it wants to pull back. It might not want to pull back, it might want to stay in this direction all the way up until Friday and possibly beyond that. Who knows? It could want to do that, right? And if it does want to do that, I don't want to say no. I want to be like, hey, I support you. I support you, market, in the direction you want to go in, right? You want to go all the way down, I support you. So I will ride with the market all the way down. Now, where I think price could go to, right, is these levels over here. So the first one where I think price could actually get to, and that's between now and Friday, would be 2638.23, or it could even go as low as 2602.61. Now, the reason why I believe price may go all the way down to those levels is there isn't really much news coming out this week, important ones such as CPI. So CPI is not coming out this week, CPI is coming out next week. And the biggest news that we could have asked for this week was the election, and that's just taken place, and that's just done all of that, right? Now, the funny thing about this trade that we're in right now, okay, is that this is what I thought was going to happen to NAS, believe it or not. I created a fund, I called it NASDAQ 100, major crash post-election, right? That looks like it's going up. And then on the flip side, on the gold side, the gold is actually coming down. So like I always say, I am not a financial advisor. I am not giving you financial advice. I'm just a regular person. I do make mistakes. And the video that I did yesterday on NAS clearly showed that it didn't pan out that way. I don't think I made a mistake in the analysis, but I think that market did what he wanted to do, because everything from what I could see was 100% sound. Price should have come down, but obviously it hasn't. It might come down tomorrow, who knows, but it hasn't. But in tomorrow's video, we're going to be talking about NAS, at which point I'll be holding 100% myself to account for the video that I created yesterday, right? So with all of that covered, okay, right about now, you should be seeing two thumbs. One of them is going to be on backtesting if you need help understanding how to navigate the market and obviously gain all these wonderful profits, etc. The backtesting videos, they do require work. You do need to study them, and you do need to make sure that they're on point. And they are from the early parts of my journey into trading, right? Advanced, but early. It's nowhere near the trader that I am now. Like I'll tell you, this miles apart, right? But it's still useful because this was working for me back then, right? And the second video is the second thumb is going to be to the previous video to this one. So whilst I've left you to go and handle all of that, check out all those amazing videos, I will see you, amazing people, all of you, on the next one.